much for this great presentation. It was amazing and really important, as I mentioned. And the first question, because I know that we don't have so much time, how does the lack of accessibility impact business, and how much can banks and financial institutions lose due to the digital world not being adapted? Please. Do you have your mic? Yeah.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much for invitation. It's good to be part of this event. Well, it's extremely crucial topic. Piotr mentioned what are potential losses of companies, and I would like to actually much more focus on opportunities, because it's not about only losing the money, it's about losing the customers. In Poland, we have lots of people with disabilities, and from my point of view, the banking industry has a unique opportunity to actually create services for wider audience. So from my point of view, this is the opportunity, and that's why I think that we should focus. It's not only about the wider audience, wider group, but also about how we change the financial industry in Poland. Because unfortunately, it's worth mentioning that we are lagging behind the rest right now. Polish legal acts, I think it's the last one. But the France and other countries, they have already actually implemented legal acts, and that is why this is the wake-up call for us. We should now act. We should implement. We should think about not only business opportunities, but also that we should be compliant with this legal act.
I can agree. There's no more to say. I would say this, as Janek mentioned, there's a great opportunity for, first of all, for the growing the people, because we can combine the new skills in finance. We can also apply the new technology, because I believe the AI and the future might help us, but we need to learn it. We need to also teach ourselves, I luckily, when my master was, I created a model to predict the bankruptcy of the finance in the US. So like almost 17 years ago, I already used some of the AI tools, but I strongly believe that there is a great opportunity to speed up the development process, because usually in the bank sectors, it takes ages, guys. This takes ages to develop something. So with the accessibility, and that might be a opportunity to say, hey guys, we need to develop the accessibility, but this might be a great opportunity to develop something great than accessibility, great experience, and so forth. Daniel, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking. In terms of accessibility, thank you. I think it's not anymore a nice to have, but a must, right? So it's by law, we have to do it. And I think it's also part of the mindset, because how we allocate resources, it really tells how the organization is built. So I was at the airport yesterday, and I noticed I went to the toilet, and you can see that the way we design toilets, it's 50-50, right? Because we want to be fair. But in reality, what happens, if you have a lot of people, the queue for women is way longer, right, than for men.
Definitely.
So I think it's also part of the mindset. So why are we investing in accessibility is to serve better our customers, to provide more value. So it's a great opportunity for us that our customers are satisfied, that they enjoy using our products, and they not even enjoy, they love it, right? So how can we make them that they love our products, no matter what kind of impediments they have?
Good. It's important thing. So, because we've got, as you probably noticed, a lot of people from the financial sector, financial industry, I would like to ask this question. What steps right now this moment, after this conference, because we've got, the party time, so should be taken by banks, financial institutions to ensure accessibility and inclusive environment for their customers. So please tell 3 most important things because of your opinion.
So maybe I will start. So from my perspective, the basic thing is awareness. Without awareness, there would be no need to build something. So the first step is building awareness, but in different level of organization, not only on the management board, but also on different actually group of employees. It's not only about the case of development team. Actually, it's the case for all bank, for customer service, for designers, for developers, for everyone. So the first step should be building awareness. The second step is building the competences. So this is the most changing thing right now in our market. Fortunately, we have the specialists like Piotr on Polish market, and in general the knowledge from other countries like Daniel. However, I believe that the second step should be building competences, and the third step will be actually assessing the situation, assessing the current state of the accessibility. And thanks to that, we are able to plan implementing the accessibility inside the organization.
I can agree. I would also think from building the awareness, invite the foundation, invited the blind person, just came to your organization, and I would also advise not to invite the blind person who working in the ID industry, just a regular person, just like the 𝗃𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗃, like the John Smith, who just facing the daily challenges, and see how this person using your product. This will be a great awareness session for the top management. Of course, the banks need to find a budget. This is obvious, but accessibility is not something that you can, we will take some expert, we will pay them something, and they will solve the accessibility in the 1 second. You need to think about accessibility in the longer period, because this is just investment. And accessibility in banks takes years. This will be not like, Janek, tomorrow please develop me accessible service. No, this will take a month, maybe the years. So you need to prepare, I would say, based on the assessment. In the industry, call it the redemption plan. So step by step, how do you want to build the inclusive culture and accessibility? And to be honest, we're having a date, but nobody on the 29th will not came to you and say, the BNP Paribas is not accessible, so we'll sue them. No, this will be a slowly process, because also in the Polish market, we understand that it's take a time. So you need to be prepared for fighting and for the budget, for the competence. And to be honest, we need all teach what does accessibility mean in the finance.
Building on what Piotr said, I would like to just add that we should actually treat accessibility not only about implementing and forgetting regulation. We should think about the ongoing transformation of business, of our core business. So from my point of view, it's about the transformation, not about just regulation, a regulatory issue in organization, especially in banking. Because right now, I think that we are focusing more on regulation, more on how we can tackle the issue, how we can just implement or forget about that. It's not about that. It's about building the awareness and making accessibility as a transformation topic for following years.
Yeah, I also think it's for our own benefit. We are all aging, and at some point we will benefit from accessibility. So I think focusing on accessibility is focusing on ourselves. So we are designing for our future, let's say from the age point of view, but we are also designing for the future of future generations, like the kids, right? So when you are it's a perfect opportunity to help others get better in their financial lives. So how can we include them? And this is, again, something that we need to look on the inside. within the organization. So how is the gender pay gap in your organization? How's inequality looking in your bank or in your company, right? So those are real issues that we need to tackle if we want to really focus on inclusiveness.
Yeah, I will say even on that, start to hiring the disabled people, because this is the people are. To be honest, I'm hiring the blind person who is the iOS programmer. So she is great. She is blind, but she is able to develop something. So there is amazing people around us, but from some reason, I think this may be the Polish culture. We label them, oh, they just are sitting in flat and they just are listening the radio and they doing nothing. No, they want to be active. They want to be present. So also, but that's also require building the awareness, because hiring the disabled person, I would say it might be a challenging, but you need to prepare for that. There is a lot of fear, like, oh, how the blind person can be in our office, etc. But there's also opportunity to show, not only telling, oh, we're building for disabled people, but we're also hiring them. I don't know, but you perhaps know it. Big companies paying a fine for not having the hiring the disabled people, because there's law in the Poland and other countries. So even starting to think about to build also your internal environment for everyone. From my perspective, if this is a challenging, yes. We, as my organization, is challenging every day with, okay, even using the Slack channel, we putting, the image, and on the first day, nobody think about, oh, I need to put alternative text for the 𝗵𝗱 because 𝗵𝗱 is the blind, because we're making some jokes. Now everyone knows when we're putting the image, we're putting the additional alternative text. It takes 5 seconds more. It benefits all.
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful, really. Okay, and the last question, but of course not the least one. Can you provide some examples from the market of more challenging accessibility, inclusivity cases from the market? We saw on the presentation also, but maybe show different examples to our audience, to how they look, how they deliver these projects. You got in your mind something?
So I was thinking, how old do you think is our average customer at Erste Bank?
Who knows? Guesses.
With all countries together. It's around 50. Yeah. And people investing that have a portfolio, 20% of them are 65 plus. So there is a huge opportunity for focusing on special needs, right? And this doesn't require much effort on the implementation side. How much effort could it be to add the feature of increasing the font size? It's not that much, but it's not a priority. And if you look at retail, so you have retail users, but what about business? Do they also need to be accessible? And these are the things we are facing right now. This is the current challenge, because you might say, well, a business user, it's a heavy user, it's a pro user, right? Mm-hmm. Will they hire someone with a disability? They should.
They should.
Of course. I mean, from the BNP Paribas perspective, we encountered a lot of difficulties, but in terms of architectural accessibility, we are doing well. Unfortunately, the missing thing is the digital accessibility. Although we developed good training for our employees in branches, they are able to even help deaf people. They are able to help people with other disabilities. The branch are becoming much more accessible, but still the missing thing is digital accessibility. Although we trained everything, the person, unfortunately, is looking for something more. So the missing thing is the digital accessibility, from my point of view, to be fully accessible for all people, not only people who have disabilities regarding being deaf, but also about people serving the people with the difficulties with vision, with blind people. So from my point of view, right now, BNP Paribas did a lot of things regarding architectural accessibility, but still, as I mentioned, this is important that to have step further regarding the digital accessibility.
Yeah, so from the great examples from Polish market, I can say the 𝗵𝗀𝗧, you know the 𝗵𝗀𝗧, you can put the package in the locker. So I think they developed the function for the people with wheelchair and a little bit lower height. So you can encourage to put the package below. So this is a really great example. In the BNP Paribas, I really love the possibility to already on the contact form to select that I'm the person who don't pick up the phone because I have hearing difficulties. There is also great examples of the accessibility, inclusivity for everyone. I think perhaps you remember there was a green bank that currently is orange. So the 𝗹𝗶𝘁𝗃𝗃𝗏 almost 10 years ago, they developed the first ATM who has a voice control. So you can put the headset and you can listen what is exactly on the screen. So there's another, I think this is still developing in the other ATM worldwide to ensure that we are able to use those services for everyone. And also part of the European Accessibility Act is to ensure that ATM, not only in the bank, but also on the airport, in the stores will be also accessible. So this will be very interesting journey behind us. How to, because for example, the blind people don't go to the popular stores by their own because there is no services. So there's also great opportunity to grow. They're usually buying in the local stores. And I think the best accessible e-commerce in the Europe is a Tesco. Tesco, if you ask the blind person, unfortunately Tesco is already went out from Poland. That was the first store when usually the blind people bought the goods because they deliver this also on the address. Unfortunately, there is a really missing opportunity on the market. So I would say those are like the top examples that I have on my head.
Thank you so much for this example. I see this time that probably we need to finish. And we didn't see the QR code, what I promised you, but in the break, after the break, I promised that I would like to show because we would like to ask your opinion, what is for you. But maybe you've got some of you question for our panelists from right now, because we have time. Do you have any question? Good. I give you the microphone. Yeah, it will be.
Thanks a million. I know we keep on talking about people who have disabilities, right? And it's absolutely very important subject to me personally, because probably you don't see, but I have -9 eyesight vision. So obviously, like I'm using the contact lenses and so in order to see you all. But I suppose like what we keep on forgetting, absolutely, in 2025, we will be delivering solution to to people with impairments. But like we really need to focus on how we are going to deliver, because like even what's coming at us is delivering 80% in 2025. You know, the rest is to be left the way it is, and it's not going to be creating that full experience for those persons that are disabled. So my question to you guys is, I suppose, maybe how to tackle that approach, right? Because one is money, obviously, you know, like deliver 80% because we have certain budget for it and we need to make sure that we are delivering by June 2025. But another thing is how to tackle that experience, because delivering 80% is not going to give 100% of experience to disabled customers. Sorry, a long question, but hopefully.
Thank you so much.
Let's fight, gentlemen. I think there's a very good question. I would say, and again, I will back to the story, start step by step. Because you cannot change the experience in the one day. So starting slowly, as I mentioned, there is like more than 25% of the aging people in the Poland. So this is a great opportunity for them. So how I would advise, invite the person, understand how they use experience. I had in the past experience to interview the 95 years old guy who's still using the everyday system to put the pit to ensure that it's everything. So he's still using that, and he's very slow. The session took almost 2 hours when regularly it takes 45 minutes. So still, this is what Janek's saying, building the awareness and prepare and have a little bit of long story, because this is not about the 80%. It's about the experience and how we're using this today's software. It's changing, evolving. So my recommendation is step by step, and don't die for the deadline. Deadline is of course on the paper, but also think about the user that you're building if you have this opportunity.
Yeah, on top of that, I would like to just say that from my point of view, it's start thinking like we were thinking when we encountered GDPR. It was like privacy by design. Right now, from my point of view, it's like accessibility by design. So at first, changing design process in order to try to incorporate accessibility, as you mentioned, accessibility concepts and in general users with different disabilities in the process of design. This is the first step. Because although most of the designers are familiar with accessibility, still there is a room for improvement. Still, we have to think about the processes in order to design things. You can also ask question, okay, Jan, but what about the systems and in general services that are already developed? Yeah. So then we have to think about auditing and defining what is, from my point of view, important function, core function of our services. And we should provide core function of our services that will be fulfilling their needs. So from my point of view, I fully agree with Piotr, testing and trying to discover what is important for our customers, all customers, without, excluding no one, and then defining the crucial and vital processes in our services and start to just improving them, auditing and improving. It will be long journey, definitely.
Yeah, and on top of that, I will also say that maybe we haven't touched the customization, but I think we are not able to build the one service which serves for everyone. Maybe we need to start to thinking, for example, let's imagine you log into your bank application if everyone needs exactly the same information. Because, for example, for my mom, I don't want that my mom is like 66 plus. I don't want that they have like all function in the system. I would love to that she will able to check the account, have a card, and that's it. And today, using the iOS on Android, you can limit the number of the functionality. So there's again a building awareness, and be aware that if you design the screen, it's not the one layer for everyone. You need to ask your digital team, as Janek mentioned. The UX team is great because they're having a lot emotion, empathy, to think about, okay, how the screen should look like for the 60 plus. Of course, you will not develop that tomorrow, but you can plan this, and you can start to saying for your business analyst, hello, yes, remember accessibility, we need to be compliant, etc. So this will be a fighting. To be honest, for me, the digital accessibility nowadays is a little bit of fighting. We are between the business and the users. And there will be this. This will be the war, there will be a battle. Maybe we'll lose some of the battle, maybe we win some. But they'll definitely take the time.
Yeah.
Maybe just super fast.
Yes, super fast. And
replying to that, maybe an argument is that if you focus only on the 80%, that 20% will remain as technical debt. And this will cost a lot of money. So this is maybe an argument. we have to challenge. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. It was a great discussion. I hope that you like it. Thank you for this panel regarding the motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much.